Hi everybody, and welcome to our part 4 June garden tour. I'm going to start up here in this bed today. So just grab your beverage of choice and sit back and take a walk with me through the gardens. The blue here that you see is the blue Victoria Salvia. Some of you that watch me every week, you're probably hearing a lot of repeats. But those new people, welcome. And we're going to be talking about perennials and garden tips and things like that. So what you're looking at now is a Baptisia false indigo, another name for it. This here is a blue, and they also come in different colors. As far as I know, the only other color is white. And I would love to get some white eventually. So here along the border, I've not put my marigolds in yet. But we got the Autumn Joy sedum. Blue Victoria Salvia. You guys remember that new shrub that I bought a few weeks ago? It's called Potentilla. And it is now starting to bloom. The yellow. This here's Miss Raven. She loves to join us on our garden tours. But anyway, Potentilla. And it'll be covered in those yellow flowers, as you can see. Got this at Meijer's pretty cheap. By the way, if you don't already know, Meijer's has awesome garden center. Ajuga? Yeah. The ground cover here anyway is Ajuga. Sedum. I'm getting lots of kisses here today. She likes to bump into the video. Again, keeping the same all around the border. This here was a old fountain that quit working, and I got it from somebody, and I thought I would use it as a planter. So I've got the sedum, some sedums in there. Yeah, I used to have Creeping Jenny in it, but I think that's the green that's hanging down is the sedum, and obviously the purple is the pansies. And the red-orange is nasturtiums. You guys know that I love my blues, the purples, and my oranges. I'm having an allergy attack, so I apologize if I'm sneezing or snuffling. This here is my Annabelle hydrangea. I'm not seeing any blooms on it yet, but it's just its second year here. And these will be covered in the white snowball blooms. Alright, let's take a look at the circle garden, I call it. Crazy enough, asters are blooming here in June. So that's more purple that we've got in here. The blue of the catmint, which is fading out. So today I'm going to be cutting the old blooms off, and then it'll bloom again for me later. Also got Russian sage. You can't have a rustic cottage garden without some of these perennials like catmint and Russian sage. Sedums in here, which is kind of taken over by the catmint. Some marigolds. Let's see if this can focus. Slowly but surely coming. I don't know what's going on with the marigolds this year, but usually I have no problem. This is a plumbago. It's just beginning to bloom with the blue blooms. I think everything's a little bit early this year. This is also a late summer, autumn blooming perennial. This is a coreopsis. I forget the name or the type of it, but it's new. I think I got this for $3.99 at Myers Garden Center. Got some coral bells. And then this big thing here in the middle, my husband thought it was a weed, but it's not. It's actually a Mexican sunflower. There are the buds coming. I'm actually pretty proud of this one because I started it indoors from seed. And it'll be covered with bright orange sunflowers. So I have a nice pop of orange in between the blue of the catmint and Russian sage. The blue Victoria Salvia is looking really good over here in the front landscape. Of course, again, we've got marigolds. And I did the short version this year. I'm just deadheading these. Deadhead your annuals and they will rebloom for you. It promotes the bloom. But yeah, the marigolds, I couldn't find any of the ones that get bigger. That's the ones that I wanted, was the ones that get pretty tall and bushy. But oh well. There's that blue Victoria Salvia I was talking about. A favorite. Pretty clump of the catmint next to the orange marigold. You can just see those pretty blue flowers. The bushes, the lime green that you see, are the spirea. There's that Russian sage. It's just now getting ready to show off. So they're pretty, really pretty blue. A yellow knockout rose. This one here in the back is a new one. I believe it is, I want to say fire and ice, or something strawberry, or something like that. Sad I just got it and already forgot the name of it. But it's a hydrangea in a tree form, which is what I wanted here at the corner of the driveway and the sidewalk. And these will get the cone-shaped blooms on them. They'll start out white and then they'll turn to a pink. So it's going to be very pretty. Alright, let's walk the inside of the garden here. Burgundy foliage of the barberry. Another clump of the catnip. Pretty butterfly there. Uh-oh. She almost got him. Here's a look of our porch planters here on both sides of the porch. Purple verbena on the ends. The orange is obviously marigolds. And this container is doing wonderful. It's looking really good. Pretty proud of it. And I forget the name of this annual in here. The fuchsia color. And blue Victoria Salvia in the middle. Which I should probably cut back a little bit. Because we got the new, right? Got the new blooms coming along. The shrubs that we have here in the front are just beginning to bloom. Once July hits, they'll all be covered in blooms. Here's a look at one. Bright white cone flower shaped blooms. Called Limelight Hydrangea. Of course, here we have our knockout roses. Russian sage. This will be pretty popping off the color of the roses. More spirea. Pretty clumps of the autumn joy sedum, all in the border here. This was a clematis here on the right, which is spent. It's done blooming for the season. But over here on this side, it's getting a little bigger and bigger every week. This is the moonflower vine. It blooms in the evening, and it's very fragrant. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. It would probably do better in more sun, but that's where it's gonna be. Alright, now we're gonna go through the back. I'm working on my shade garden through here. So eventually both sides down through here will have hostas and other shade perennials. Alright, let's go through the back. I'm gonna keep an eye on the time here and try to focus on things that are blooming. As you can see, these big yellow lilies, daylilies, are now in bloom. Had a few of them in bloom on the last video, and now they are really looking good. Pink daylily, the yellow center. Again, the white that you see is the gooseneck loosestrife. I don't know if these are the roadside lilies. They look a little more red to be roadside lilies. But ain't that gorgeous? Pretty bright orange red. Daylily. And then in between the loosestrife and the lilies, we have a pink phlox. So I'm gonna have to either pull out some loosestrife or just move the phlox. I am getting ate up by mosquitoes. They are no fun. Lamb's ear, I will be cutting back. It's done blooming. So I will be cutting that back to the ground. Snow in the summer, the white. More pink phlox blooming. Shasta daisy, the white. I'm gonna deadhead these. Do you guys see all the mosquitoes? It's crazy. Alright guys, there's another one of those pretty red lilies. Phlox, pink phlox, as well as the white is in bloom. It's hot and steamy here in Louisville. Off and on thunderstorms, lots of rain, and lots of heat. This here's a knockout rose. Or I'm sorry, not a knockout rose. It's a forever and ever rose. Let's walk the back of the garden. Not as much in bloom on this side, because it is in shade. Our blue bottle path here. I need some more blue bottles. So here's the hardy hibiscus. It'll have the big red blooms on them. A pretty miscanthus grass. Love that color and texture, and I love how it moves in the wind. Very pretty. Here's another circle garden we got in the back. Some pretty burgundy lilies there. Burgundy daylilies. Type of ajuga, ground cover. Another type of sedum. This is a baby spruce tree. It was up front and I moved it back here. So I think it's going to be happy back here. Should get pretty tall. And the burgundy daylilies around it, popping off of the spruce color. Should be pretty. This is another type of daylily called Stella Dora. Stella Dora daylily. We've got some pink ones. And this guy here was just blooming. Had a big pretty bloom on it yesterday, which I should have done the video yesterday, but I had other things to do. Maybe I'll catch it in the next video. Deadhead it. I put the dead-headed flowers, I just throw them down by the roots. It helps feed the soil. Night Beacon daylily. And this is my favorite. So I'll definitely show you guys that once we get probably tomorrow. Because it looks like we got one coming. I'm not going to focus too much on that garden bed. But in this one, we still have the hostas blooming. I don't know the exact name of these. Coral bells, burgundy. Another hosta in bloom. This is Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. And another hydrangea, fire and ice. getting its bloom on it. Okay, we've got some vegetables coming on, but I'm going to save that for a different video. Maybe I'll just do a video on vegetables. The zinnias that we planted are coming up, slowly but surely. Hoping they are thick enough up through here where it'll just cover up the weeds. David Austin rose blooming. Obedient plant, the white. Yes, these gorgeous red-orange coneflowers. There we go. My camera will focus. Going to be very pretty next to the purple lollipop verbena in the back there. It's a pretty see-through plant. This isn't, the purple is I think it's a new variety. I've never seen it before. I call it a see-through plant. Coneflower looks really good with it. And they'll really look good once that blue Lobelia back there, great blue Lobelia, is in full bloom. Some more daylilies coming. Our Joe Pie looking good. Pretty white coneflower. And bee balm, pink bee balm. Purple salvia there in the back. Alright, let's go around the back gate. We'll check out this garden bed. Sorry for the bumpiness. We've got a lot of molehills, or mow trails. And I'm also fighting mosquitoes. Nothing too much going on here. Got some hibiscus coming. Probably in the July garden tour they'll be in bloom. But we do have some nice purple phlox, tall phlox, looking good. Some daylilies in there. Black-eyed Susans. Don't they look good with the phlox? And the Russian sage. The white you see again is the snow in the summer. More Russian sage here, kind of taking over the sidewalk. And the pretty pink phlox there in the back. just got a few more seconds here, guys, on my video, so I'm not going to talk too much. I'll just kind of show you all I can show you. I'll go ahead and say thank you for watching this video, and happy gardening. Our zinnias are beginning to bloom. Got a pretty orange one back here, which are my favorite, next to the purple. I wonder how that happened. Love my orange and purple together. Alright, take care, guys. See you next time.